Today we're gonna try Lay's Crunch Tators, which apparently is a throwback. I was in Dollar General just buying something else. I was buying tortillas because I'm gonna take the turkey from my Thanksgiving dinner and put taco seasoning on it, make tacos out of that. So that'll date this video. Today is in fact Saturday, but not when the video goes up. Anyway, I saw these at my Dollar General. They looked like a retro package. I'd never heard of them before. I looked them up. I found a website. Let me try to pull it up on my iPad here that has a whole history fact on it. So the guy who wrote this, shout out to you. This is snackhistory.com. That might be hard to see, but anyway, snackhistory.com has a whole write-up about the history of Crunch Tators, which were around apparently in the 80s and 90s. And you can buy them for 69 cents a bag. And apparently they're kind of like kettle chips. They're kind of like pseudo kettle chips before kettle chips were kind of a thing as they are now. There was this one and a Mesquite Barbecue flavor. I opted for the original $3.60 at Dollar General, or 2 for $6. I probably should have got the 2 for $6 and done both, but I decided not to because I didn't want to spend $6. So I just got the one Lay's Crunch Tators to try. It says right here, throwback crunchies. That's so good. Crunchiness, that's so good. You got your Crunch Tater Man. Tater Man? I guess that's just an alligator, or no, it's got to be an alligator. It's Crunch Taters. I was about to say crocodile. So forget everything I just said. Let's just look at them and taste them. Oh, you know what these remind me of? Munchos. If you've ever had Munchos from like a gas station, they're kind of like, you know, they're like potato chips, but they're not. They have a weird texture. Anyway, these look very much like Munchos in that sense. And Munchos aren't exactly kettle chips. Kettle chips have more of a hard crunch. Munchos are more of a soft crunch, which I do like Munchos, so I'm very curious to see how the crunch on these go. So let's take a couple chips and see what happens. Honestly, these Crunch Tators are kind of a boring review now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight. I probably should have got the Mesquite Barbecue, because these are very similar to kettle chip Lays and regular Lays. If you look at the ingredients, you literally have 3 ingredients: potatoes, vegetable oil, and sea salt. That's all there is to it. It's just the way it's cooked. Which, these are interesting. They're basically like a kettle chip, but slightly thinner. It's almost like they're as thin as they could get a kettle chip and fried it, which makes the crunch a little better to me than a kettle chip, because I specifically don't like the hard kettle chip crunch. I feel like I'm going to break a tooth when I'm eating them. And these are a little bit of a lighter crunch, if that makes sense, but they're still very, very, very crunchy. They're on the edge of being a kettle chip, essentially. Just a little bit thinner, which kind of takes the edge off of the crunch factor, even though they're supposed to be, you know, extra crunch, which they are compared to regular Lays, but compared to kettle chips, not exactly. They're kind of a middle batch, and I think that's a great idea, and some people probably really like these, but as somebody who doesn't really like kettle chips, this is not going to be, you know, great for me. I'll still eat the rest of this bag. They're still good potato chips. They have a good taste. They have that Lay's, you know, classic Lay's saltiness taste. Nice salty potato chips, but I wouldn't buy these again because I don't prefer the extra crunch, honestly. I like a thin Lay's that kind of just melts. That's my preference. So if you like kettle chips, definitely try out these Crunch Tators. They're interesting in that form. Again, I wish I'd gotten the Mesquite Barbecue, because that at least would have been a different flavor. I assume it's different than regular Lay's barbecue, but, you know, who knows? You'd probably have to do a video to find out. Maybe I will eventually, but for now, here we go, Crunch Tators. I'll give them a solid 4 out of 5 because they are good, solid potato chips. I just don't prefer the form factor, but I like it, and I'll finish the rest of the bag. So that's the information. Maybe check out the Mesquite Barbecue. Let me know if you like it. I'd really be curious to know, and I will see you all next time.